Today I'm critiquing a London penthouse overlooking the most iconic cricket field in the world, and then I'm gonna give it an Arvin score. So if you ever decide to buy, remodel, or build a building like this, you won't make the same mistakes. I'm Arvin Haddad, I'm the How to Buy Mansion guy. Let's watch this video together.
Welcome to St John's Wood, specifically Lord's View 1. This incredible new luxury development is truly the pinnacle of elegance. This penthouse has been designed by Albion Nord, and I'm really privileged to be able to show you around today.
I know what you're thinking. Where the hell is St. John Wood's place? Show me on the map. Before I do that, you should know that this building is not brand new. It's reimagined, it's refurbished, redesigned, okay? So it doesn't have all the amenities and everything a new construction building would have, which we're going to talk about at the end of the video when I score it. Now, let me show you guys where we are on the map. Okay, so if you've been following my channel, you already know that central London is the most expensive part of London. It's got great neighborhoods like Kensington or Chelsea, all very expensive. But the most expensive part of central London is the southern tip of Hyde Park. You've got Knightsbridge, Belgravia, and Mayfair. Now, if you go a little farther north, you get to Marylebone. I have a video over here. If you go even a little bit farther north, you get to St. John Wood's place. Now, what's different about this area is that you're a little bit less central, but you have a lot less tourists. Now, if we zoom in a little bit, you're on a very busy road. In fact, it's kind of a cross street of two main arteries in the city, but you overlook Lord Cricket Ground, the most famous cricket field in the world, and you're 7-minute walk away from St. John Wood's High Street where all the shops are, and then you can mind the gap 15 minutes away in St. John Wood's Underground, but most importantly, you're right next to the second biggest park in London, Regent's Park. And icing on the cake, as Sacha Baron Cohen would like to say, you're right next to your neighborhood dream mosque, London Central Mosque.
Tell me about your dream mosque.
There is no dream mosque. We don't want a mosque.
This is the first design. This is design 1. And this is design 2.
This penthouse comprises 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. It's situated across the top 2 floors of the building, so the 11th and 12th floor. As you can imagine, you get some pretty spectacular views from here. And you also have 1,000 square feet of outside space across 2 terraces. Come on in. As you enter the apartment, you pass through the entrance lobby or hallway, which of course has a cloakroom cupboard to your right. And to the left, there is this amazing contemporary spiral staircase, which you're going to see a little bit later in the tour.
Okay, we're going to talk about this stairway because it's actually pretty important. I think they could have done it better, and I will explain why later in the video. But overall, I really like the layout. Let me show you guys. Okay, here's the layout. It's a 2-story with a terrace. You enter through the middle floor. You can take the stairs up to the rooftop, which is really great size for London. And then the main living space, you got coat closet over here. You enter, this is your main living area. This is it. There's no other living area in this unit. It's double exposed from both sides. It's got a really large terrace that overlooks the cricket field, and it's got a small, island kitchen over here. What they don't show you though is a powder room in this corner. Now, when you go downstairs, you got 3 bedrooms that each has its own bathroom. Very rare. This one has its own bathroom. This is your primary with the biggest walk-in closet, and this is your 3rd bedroom. Now, as I said, they don't have a separate landing area downstairs, but they do have an entrance or an exit to the unit from the lower floor as well.
So on this floor, you have an open plan reception room with various different areas for your living space, your dining space, which of course is where we are now. And from here, you can see through and get a glimpse into the kitchen as well. I love these kind of frosted glass bubble lights that sort of remind me of like different atoms and molecules hanging off of the ceiling above the dining table.
Is that ammonia? Is this methanol? It's to die for. over the dining table. Okay, let's talk about the palette. I am so glad they didn't go gray. This must be the first penthouse, townhouse unit of Critiqued in London that they have chosen not to include gray in the color palette. Thank you. I've been so desperate for something like this. You see, it works, okay? It doesn't have to be gray. And I feel like I'm going to go easy on them because they just chose the right palette. Now, interestingly, it's double exposed as well. And you have the skylight coming through the staircase. So this unit is going to be lit. We're going to talk about the exposures later, but so far, so good.
From here, everybody has a spectacular view. Now, on this side in front of me, you get the most incredible skyline view across the whole of London. I can literally, from where I'm standing, see Big Ben, the Battersea Power Station, the Shard. I mean, it's really, really special. And behind me, you've got this excellent wide balcony or terrace area with a very, very unique view, which I'm going to show you in just a second. But what I really like here are on both sides of the flat, you've got these floor to ceiling, huge glass sliding window doors. And behind me, this is really nice in particular because this opens all the way up. So you really get this kind of inside outside feeling during the summer, and you can have guests kind of floating through this space and just moving around really naturally and really fluidly. So we're going to go out onto the balcony now. Out here on this terrace, you get the most spectacular view of Lord's Cricket Ground right behind me. So if you're a cricket fan, this is the perfect place for your coffee in the morning or to have some friends over and have a little aperitivo in the afternoon or early evening, watching the cricket all summer long.
And if you're not a cricket fan, I'm sure you will become one after purchasing this unit. Now, what's really fascinating is the amount of outdoor space. I don't know if you noticed, there's even a smaller balcony on the other side. So you really have this indoor-outdoor flow at a top unit in a penthouse in London with no other obstructions around you. There's no other tall building either looking into your unit or blocking your view. But what's even most impressive about the view here is the sport that is presented in front of you. You see, cricket season is spring and summer, meaning the actual months when they're playing, and if you're into crickets, you can actually be in your t-shirt with the whole weather warming up in London recently. You could really enjoy this terrace, and the size of it, the depth of it is just enough to have seating arrangement tables to really entertain and have an amazing get-together when the games are on. And for that reason, this view is just worth so much more to that avatar of a buyer who loves cricket. But you also have to get everything else right. You have to study that avatar. You have to understand, what else does he like? Is he married? Does he have kids? Is he into cars? Where does he work? Right? Once you identify those aspects of an avatar of a buyer, you can really target it. And then when you come on the market, you don't have to make a video to promote it. It sells itself.
Behind me, you've got this metal railing, which I don't know if this was intentional or not, but you've got this kind of geometrical, rectangular, long pieces which create this really interesting design. And to me, they kind of echo or reference like a cricket bat.
I didn't see that, but now that she says it, I can see why she's saying it. To me, I saw the guardrail as being abnormally high, but still welcoming because of the spacing they've done and how it's covered at the bottom but open at the top. So you're not blocking the view to the cricket field. And that's really important for the demographic that has a fear of heights, right? So you're trying to address that fear so people can overcome it and get closer to the view. And on that note, I just recently overcame one of my biggest, if not the biggest fear I've ever had, which is public speaking. Let me tell you a quick little story. About 4 months ago, the CEO of Trove, the biggest operator of family offices in the world, reached out to me and we became friends. We started chatting, talking, and eventually he invited me to speak at his yearly forum with 150 different family office managers to give a speech on a topic that I wasn't even ready for. So he requested me to come up with a speech, right, that I've never worked on before, and then presented among this 150 the wealthiest family offices you can imagine. They operate these family offices for them so they can spend more time with their kids. But you can imagine, like, I was like, sure, but I was completely, and you're thinking, Arvin, you're on camera. It's very different. Like, I'm traumatized from being in front of people and giving speeches to a degree that I don't even like doing it at like dinners, like to give a toast. I just don't like doing it because I was traumatized in high school. I couldn't speak the language. Long story. But I told this guy, sure. And again, I worked on this for months and I nailed it. I flew to New York. I gave 2 speeches, in fact, 2 different speeches, 2 different rooms, 2 different crowds. And the head guy who reports directly to Jamie Dimon is there. Every yacht company, every private jet company, the biggest insurance provider, everyone is there. And I just got up there and I killed it. I nailed it. So much so that I ended up just signing a partnership agreement with Trove, which I will tell you guys more in later videos. Let's continue.
As you can see, we're now in the kitchen, and if you know me, you'll know that the kitchen, in my opinion, is truly the heart of the home. What I love here is that you are filled with natural light. You can see through to your guests in the dining room or the living room. This flows super naturally and is very connected with the balcony in front of us as well.
Well, it's really the only thing that is really connected to, okay? There's not much flow. I mean, it's a very simple layout and it's not that much square footage, so it's not that much walkability, but the kitchen is freaking small. And worst of all, you have almost no counter space. This is perhaps one of the biggest weakness of this unit.
From here, you can also get a front seat view. I think this is the best view in the house, to be honest, of the cricket, as well as an incredible wide expanse of London skyline. And from here, you can also see Wembley Stadium as well. Now, I really like this kind of unusual kitchen island. You've got this curved end here with these breakfast seats, or bar stools, so you can pull up and kind of be included if somebody's cooking. Get a great view of the cricket. I keep talking about it, but you can't ignore it. It's so impressive. And then you also have this integrated hob, which is just sunken into the island. Now, of course, you have top of the range appliances throughout. So you've got Gaggenau ovens, a massive American-sized Gaggenau fridge.
I like how she said American-sized fridge. Okay, it's a 1-person kitchen. I mean, forget about like cooking with anyone else over here. It's just impossible. It's really a definition of a 1-person kitchen. Huge flaw. I like the fact that you get natural light coming in and it opens up to the outdoor area. It could serve kind of as a bar for the outside as well. You can set up the drinks over here. Again, it's a really fun main floor. And very efficient. Like there's barely any walls if you notice. It's just big space, kitchen, 2 balconies, and a powder room. All you need.
And now we're going to go and check out the living room. The living room in this apartment is delineated by this very large rug, which just creates this really comfortable space within the open plan layout. You've got this large L-shaped sofa, again, very comfortable, neutral, natural tones. And what I love about the rug as well is it pulls on all of the different colors that you have throughout the interior design scheme. So whether it's blue echoing this really nice blue textured footstool, or whether there's more of an olive green coming from the green cushions on the sofa. And all of these colors are again picked up and reflected in this beautiful piece of art hanging here behind me. And the piece of art hangs above this incredible dark green stone fireplace, which I think just adds a sort of gravitas to the space. So whilst it's very light and bright, as we've spoken about so far, you also have this kind of very solid, comfortable feeling, and you can feel that this is a really well-built apartment that's built to last.
This is by far the most lit, natural light drenched living room I've ever seen in London. Let me show you why. From the cricket field, you get the northwest light coming in. From behind this wall, you've got a window into the dining table. That's your west light coming. And from behind her downtown side, you get the southeast light coming in. And if that wasn't enough, you got a skylight above your staircase. It doesn't get better than this.
Now, I want to show you something cool because this painting hangs on 2 kind of metal hooks. And if you slide this just to the left, you have a very large sunken flat screen TV, which I think is such an elegant way of hiding away. Personally, I don't like to see a TV in a living room.
It's not so bespoke, you know. The painting is kind of covering your TV. That's going to annoy the crap out of me. Now, pay attention. she's going to show you the staircase, and there's a flaw within the staircase. I want to see if you can spot it, okay? I can't make it easier than that, okay? There's something wrong with the staircase. Try to figure out what it is.
Now, in front of me, you also have this very cool sort of corner of crystal window, which gives you, again, a little bit more light coming down from the skylight above the hallway, but also a view through to that incredible spiral staircase, which we're going to see soon. And then just across, hidden away in that corner of the apartment, you do also have a guest WC as well. So they've really, really thought of everything in here.
Okay, one of the best living rooms in a penthouse in London that I've seen, minus the kitchen. Now, in regarding to the staircase, did you spot it? If you were thinking, Arvin, when I'm sitting on the couch, it looks like I'm looking into the common stairway in the building, you're right. Like, it looks really weird, right? You either, cover the stairway and you don't make it beautiful like they've tried to, or you just cover it. Like, but there's a bigger flaw than that, okay? I want you to still pay attention. There's a bigger flaw than that if they fixed it, it would have actually created more space for the lower floor. See if you can spot it.
Now, we're currently stood in the principal bedroom suite, which, as you would expect, comprises of this beautiful, bright, airy, large bedroom, a separate, very impressive walk-in wardrobe with a beautiful, long, floor-to-ceiling window at the end, bringing in natural light. And it also has a little vanity station with a mirror, so you can get ready in the mornings. And then behind me, you've got a pocket door, which can be closed off or slide open into your primary ensuite bathroom, which is just a dream. And I'm going to take you through that in just a moment.
Okay, it's an average size primary bedroom for central London high end. It's not too big, it's not too small, but I've never seen another one with 3 unobstructed views with natural light coming into it. It's just amazing. It's really, really good. But one of those views might get blocked. I think one of the elements with this building is that there's an empty lot behind this property that at one point it could be built. Now, it could create a privacy issue, but also it created a lot of noise for many years to come during the construction.
Now, the other 2 bedrooms are equally as well appointed and luxurious, if slightly smaller. One of them also has access to the balcony, and you have views out over the cricket grounds on this side. And the other apartment is at the back of the property, looking out across London beyond.
Okay, the other 2 bedrooms are small, but they do have their own bathroom and shower, but the closet space suck. And one way to fix that is by mirroring where the stairway goes up and comes down. If you do that in this property, you create these little cavities at the right locations where you can give closet space to one of the bedrooms downstairs and possibly other areas if you decide to close off the staircase altogether, because you never had a light issue in this unit anyways.
I am obsessed with this marble bathroom for the primary. I think this is just exceptional. You've got natural light streaming through, these beautiful mirrored medicine cabinets here. Honestly, this is my bathroom of dreams.
I promise you, if she knew what was being built or what has already been built in 20 different cities all around the world, she wouldn't have said that. I stumbled upon this. I'm not going to pretend like I knew this was the plan, okay? But because I consult in 20 different cities around the world and the ultra high end, I don't think anyone else has a window of what's happening around the world. I don't even think the top designers in each country know, right? Like the top architect in this country doesn't know what the top architects in this continent is doing. They have no idea. And I'm kind of sitting here and I'm like, oh, we should do a little bit of this over here. It's unbelievable, right? And this is so like 10 years ago. It's so old. Again, I'm seeing a big trend, especially, Asia and Middle East, that this bespoke level of finishes is far beyond this. This is just slap marble everywhere and put small cabinet with done. There's just no effort into this. Like, we are 2-3 stages past this.
Now, the other bathrooms in the property are equally as exceptional.
This bathroom is the bathroom of a 3rd bedroom on the lower floor. Yes, it's all marbled out, but I want to point something else out. Do you remember how I said if the staircase was mirrored, then you would have had these cavities? It would have been in this room. Right now, the big cavity underneath the staircase is over here. If you would have flipped the staircase the other way, then you've mirrored the entrance and exit or up or down, the empty cavity would have been on this side. All these little details, like for example, on a 3-bedroom, 7-8 million pound penthouse, people want storage. You got to try to be very cautious of giving them as much storage as possible. And this unit just doesn't have enough.
So let me take you upstairs now. So we finish our tour up here on this spectacular roof terrace, which is complete with 360-degree views across the London skyline. In front of me, you have a bar with some bar stools, so you can pull up the best seat in the house for Lord's cricket. There's a little round table as well, and a complete outdoor grill, sink area, so you can prep everything, perfect for entertaining in the summer.
Okay, let's talk about the rooftop. I love it, and I'll tell you guys why. The dimensions are just perfect. It's got usable space. In fact, the outdoor space for this penthouse in central London is amazing. It's so generous. I've been to so many rooftops where you got an air conditioning unit and random things popping out that you have to maneuver between them to get from one point to area. On paper, it looks like you have a rooftop, but you really don't. Now, interestingly, if you would have mirrored the position of the stairways, you would have popped out over here, and perhaps you would have had a little bit more space to maybe put a bar, which it doesn't really have, and you could have repositioned this area a little bit better. But overall, a really, really good unit. On that note, let's give it an Arvin score. But before I do that, if you want to join my inner circle, here's the QR code. Starting August 1st, I'm raising my prices. Let's go. Location. I'm going to give it an 8, and I'll tell you guys why. I'm not the biggest fan of the most expensive parts of London because there's so many tourists there. I like to be more in a character neighborhood. So I would have probably picked Marylebone over St. John Woods, but overall, these areas are really, really good. You don't need to live in a 10 to be happy, okay? It just, that's what people pay the most amount of money for. Amenities. This is where this building is weak. You ain't getting much. It's an older building. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles of newer buildings. I'm going to give it a 3. HOA. Look, the good news is that it's an older building, so it was supposedly gone through its, problems and been fixed. But now it's been renovated. We're still not sure if they've done it the right way or not. So in all these cases, you got to do a lot of due diligence, right? And ask the neighbors. Always knock on the door of the neighbors. Bug them. Call them. Find out. Ask the questions, right? Those are the best answers. The neighbors will tell you everything. That's where you got to get the information. I'm going to give it a 5 right now till the information comes out. Privacy. I didn't see a single line of sight. You have a doorman below, and you only have 2 neighbors. One below you, the lower floor, the bedroom floor, and one to your side. I'm going to give it a 9.5. Unit orientation. You're northwest facing, southeast facing, west facing. You've got natural light coming from every freaking direction. There's not a single building blocking you, but maybe there might be more new construction. Pay attention to the empty lots around you. I was going to give it like a 9.5. I'm going to give it an 8 because that's not going to last forever. Architectural style. They've tried to make it look decent on the bottom, but the top part doesn't speak to the bottom part at all. It's kind of a two-faced building. I'm going to give it a 6 for trying. Views. This is a tough one to score, but hear me out. It's all panoramic. Okay, so you're already in the 7s right there. Okay, the problem is you don't have that many focal points from over here. It's a little too far. Okay, you don't really feel it, and you're not low enough to get all excited about chimneys and bricks and tangible and feel it, right? But you do have one focal point, which is right smack in your face, and you either have to be into cricket or be open-minded to get into cricket. Look, I'm going to give it a 9. I think that's the correct score. Layout. I'm going to give it a 10, and I'll tell you guys why. First of all, it was super efficient. That family room, no weird walls or anything. Just simple, boom. Convenient, right there. Opened up on both sides. You had natural light coming in. And then you had 3 great bedrooms downstairs with their own bathrooms. And you had a rooftop that you could entertain. Amazing. It's a 10. Scale and volume. The proportions were right. Ceiling height was low, though. 2 bedrooms were really, really small. I'm going to give it a 5.5. Finishes. On a global scale, it's a 7. There's just far better finishes out there that you guys haven't even seen, that it hasn't even come on the market. And I'm going to give them actually 7.5 for not going gray because it just bugs the crap out of me. And it should be a lesson to anyone who builds and remodels in London. You don't have to use grays, okay? You can make earthy rooms like this, that it's, natural wood and lively. It looks good. It works, okay? So this is the Arvin score. This is the Japanese penthouse in New York. cool video, and this is a QR code to my inner circle. If you're a right fit, I would love to help you. Raising my prices August 1st. See you guys in the comments. Take care.